So did you think we were getting Hector Navarro, Kevin Smets today? Wrong again. That's why you should always check out the official Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook page and the official Movie Trivia Schmoedown website. Plugs. Gotta love plugs. Today, instead of getting that match that they promoted in the last match, we're getting a singles match between Mark Yodi Reilly and Jeff Sneider. There's some interesting stipulations involved with this match. Not the very least would also include the fact that both of these guys could potentially get higher up in the number one contender discussion in the singles league. If Jeff Sneider wins, Roxy Strier's suspension will be lifted by the time that the Odd Couple plays the Shire Wolves in a couple weeks' time. However, if Mark Reilly wins this match, Roxy is banned from that match as well, because apparently she's going to be banned in this match. So, who's going to come out on top in this match? Well, let's find out now on JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Welcome back. So I got the headphones on. I don't feel like wasting any more time. Let's get into this match right now. But first of all, I still don't bow to any sponsor. I just drink them instead. Pepsi or Coke. Don't drink it too fast or you will choke. That rhymes. Rhyming, folks. Gotta love rhyming. Let's do this in 3, 2, and 1. Boom. It's time to throw down. We got Mark Yodi Reilly and Jeff Sneider. It's time to throw down. It's a Schmoedown. Schmoedown. Hello, Mark. Hello, Ken. Half the gang's here. You are looking live from Collider Studios in Burbank, California.
Seated next to a brilliant author, the man who wrote Why We Love Star Wars, Mr. Ken Knapsack is here today.
Hello, Ken. I think I just introduced you and said hello to you.
Mark, I'm so happy to be with you here at the end of all things, and this match, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of drama coming into this match.
Yeah,
a lot? Are you sure? It might just be a little.
Just a teeny weeny bit. Stipulations, and a lot of this is stemming from, shall we say, the incident.
I didn't realize how small these cans are. Like, I can literally cover it up.
Two great
like
matches.
Like a giant.
We had domestic issues.
Yeah, we had Roxy Strier, Ben Bateman, the incident people are calling the slap, not to
Kapow!
Ruined my high school.
Gotta add them Batman sound effects.
Different, something bigger, and it has sent shockwaves through the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
You just sent shockwaves through the audience here wondering about your dance in high school history. And we're focusing on the slap. Basically, what we have today is Roxy Strier, who managed
you gotta check the brand new marker.
As the Odd Couple.
Well, got me a
Ben Bateman, who the Odd Couple just
new set.
Ben Bateman and Mark Yodi Reilly. They are Who's the Boss.
Yay! It erases.
So
we're good to go.
Slaps Ben, and now we have, rightfully so, she is suspended. So she will not be appearing in today's match. She is
suspended. That's not as catchy as You're Fired.
Possible victory of a team championship because they're going up against the Shire Wolves. So here's what we have today. If Sneider beats Mark Yodi Reilly, then Roxy will be managing the Odd Couple when they face the Shire Wolves for the title. If Mark Reilly wins, then Roxy remains suspended and will not be on hand. Ken, the blood between these two is boiling deep.
The blood?
Just go to managers. I mean, these two hosted Meet the Movie Press together back in the early 30s when
the 30s?
was still on top.
Yeah, I used to love watching that
show.
Oh,
then that's almost 100 years ago when you saw me talk about who Stacy's partner was. Yes, I have not aged a day in 100 years' time.
Wrestling, they used to lock, like Jim Cornette up in a cage above the ring.
Jim Cornette?
Something like that, and maybe not, fighting over the
See, in hiding Kentucky at a Dairy Queen somewhere? You're the guy got that. I'll come through that the window, cuss you. You cunt.
There you go. Now let's take a look at what the competitors had to say before.
Love me some Jimmy Cornette. Oh, corny.
Doesn't matter who it is, we're going to answer the call.
But why didn't you get my question right, Jeff?
Fresh off a gigantic win in Chicago against Ben Bateman and my dear old friend, Mark Yodi Reilly.
Listen, Jeff Sneider, this is a long time coming, and I have a little cleaning up to do after our match.
That's right. I don't think they've ever played in singles.
Taking on Sneider when there's no Andreyko to carry him.
And we couldn't have done it without the support of our manager, Roxy Stryer.
Kapow!
Now, what Roxy did was uncalled for. Listen, Roxy did something pretty despicable in Chicago. Pretty? I'd remove the word pretty out of it. Straight up despicable. Straight up despicable.
Yeah. You would have hit him too, and trust me, way sooner.
And this stipulation match here, I'm playing this match right now so that Roxy can come nowhere near that odd couple when they take on the Shire Wolves. Because if she's out of the building, which she will be, the Shire Wolves are just going to roll over them. Oh, yeah. No shot.
Roxy Stryer is probably the greatest manager in this game right now. So it would be a huge loss, okay, if I couldn't bring her to the team championship against the Shire Wolves. We are going to need her in our corner, and today I'm going to make sure that sheet is put there.
Yeah, this team,
I just noticed what was on his
heels,
shirt.
They run around like kind of goofball weasels. Goofball weasels. They're chasing darkness and they're
hashtag goofball weasels.
Bateman and Reilly, they kind of proved in Chicago why they are not one of the elite teams in this league. Okay, and Draco and I put them in their place, and they're not going to get another title shot for a long time.
You know, all around the mulberry bush, the monkey chases the weasel. Sneider is a complete weasel. He's terrible in singles matches. He gets carried by Andreyko, whatever he does. I'll be surprised if you have to answer your 5-pointer today, to be honest with you. Looking forward to this.
Today, it's all about picking myself up off the mat and proving to the fans of this league that I am not just a team's champion.
But you ain't got to tell me. You're the man.
I am here to get that singles belt. I want them both. I want all the belts, same as everybody else in this league. Reilly's standing in my way. He's just another obstacle. I'm going straight through him.
So we were talking about the mulberry bush. I didn't know we were bringing up fairy tales and Looney Tunes and all that other goody stuff from the 30s. Well, they did mention the 30s, so I guess it fits.
There you go. Ken, neither one of these two waiting for confidence to strike them. They both seem very cocky going into the ring.
That's safe to say.
Maybe we get some surprises when we get to the introductions. How do you see this match playing out?
Look, Jeff Sneider is a competitor that sometimes people love to hate, but should contain some respect for what he's done. He has been a premier competitor in the movie.
They're promoting the match again, but will it happen this time? Find out next time on JTH Reacts to the movie trivia Schmoedown. Or maybe the Schmoedown. Maybe they'll tell you first.
If you're 12 years old watching on YouTube, first of all, maybe don't. Do your homework first. Come back and watch us later.
Homework? But it's Friday.
Like Yodi Reilly and you go, this is a hero. This is
Friday. Yes, it sounds just like that. If you've never heard the song.
Roommate he's been looking for over a year. We're going to answer at least a few of those questions here today. Let's go to the tail of the tape. When you look at a Mark Yodi Reilly, he's the favorite in today's match with good reason, Ken. He is a former champion. He comes in 10-5. He's got 3 knockouts to his credit. And he is very well versed in categories like scores and soundtracks.
They mixed notable accomplishments with the tail of the tape.
When it comes to Star
Wars
and comic book movies. Jeff Sneider, he prefers the crime movies. He's a big thriller fan. And when you go from thriller into horror, that goes right back into Mark Reilly's strong suit. So going to be very interesting to watch how round 2, the wheel round,
the Wheel of Death.
Very evenly matched competitors. Yeah, Reilly, let's be honest, he's a geek, and he knows all that kind of stuff.
I'm a geek. He's a geek. You're a geek. We're all geeks. Hey, I'm a geek.
So, I think we're about ready.
I am ready as well, and that's time to say this. It's time.
Movie trivia Schmoedown. God, I even jumped the gun on Mark. I'm sorry, Mark.
Lusty crowd here today, Ken. You will be handling the announcements, and I await with bated breath.
Introducing first.
Introducing first.
I almost got it right.
With a career record of 7 wins, 5 defeats,
it's
and 2
not very odd coupley. Where's the ding 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 you do?
The odd couple. He is the insider, Jeff Sneider.
Oh, he's charging the ring. Oh, he got a puppy dog. Feed him to the pigs. Well, don't feed your dog to the pigs, folks. That's very inhumane. This has been a public service announcement from JTH. Sympathy, you have sympathy.
Look at that. What a haunches there. Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Sunglasses. Maybe this is a new Jeff Sneider.
And his opponent, with a career record of 10 wins and 4 defeats and 3 KOs, is a former movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, representing Who's the Boss? Mark Yodi Reilly.
He's got a puppy dog.
That's his new dog,
Puppy dog everywhere.
Who's the boss?
Oh, I'm going to hang out with my friends.
The dogs seem to be getting along quite well, Ken. Will the humans do the same? Will they follow suit?
This is key. Look at that. Can we have the dogs? Hope the dogs don't fight. That's illegal in most states still. So
adorable.
In most states.
Let the dogs out, indeed.
All right.
Nice
Two
job.
white guys referencing Baja Men. What a match we have.
Baja Men. What year is this?
Reilly, Jeff Sneider, you guys are you have your dogs tended to, and now we're ready to do some movie trivia. Although I would just rather hang out with those dogs for a while. Here's the rules.
Of course.
In round
Everybody loves puppy dog.
8 questions from 8 different corners of the movie trivia Schmoedown galaxy. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number 1. As soon as we ask the question to the field,
I'd rather play with the puppy dogs too. I don't want to embarrass myself.
In front of you have about 15 seconds to do so.
More than I already have.
Please reveal what you wrote to your camera. At the same time, you verbalize your answer into the microphone. Usually, you're not allowed to consult with anyone else, but you may both rely on the knowledge of your various dogs to help you with each and every question in round number 1. Ken, each competitor has 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match, so you need to buy yourself some time. You didn't hear a question correctly. Use the JTE rule, and you also each have 1 challenge to be used at any time throughout the
challenge if you think we're wrong, and then we'll say you're wrong.
Yes.
Pleasure as always to see you.
Pleasure to see you.
I enjoy evenings spent at your house.
I enjoy it as well. Thank
enjoying
you.
song late into the night.
That's what we do.
Are you ready to compete?
I am ready.
All
Mark
right.
Ellis.
Jeff Sneider, never been invited to your apartment. Not sure if you live somewhere.
I don't think you want to go there, right?
Are you ready to compete today?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
That's good enough for me.
You used up a question.
Let's get ready to Schmoedown.
Yay! I said it twice, even though I said it once. Why you waste a repeat before the game starts, Jeff? And don't worry, Jeff, no Blues Brothers questions. I have not submitted any questions for you to this time.
As in Mel Allen, former New York Yankees announcer. All right, I'm pretty sure
Yankees win. The Yankees win. Except they never do.
Who directed 2005's The Island? Or is it The Island?
I think when you're talking about movies, I think it's the.
The?
Let me, what do you say? I say,
yeah.
I say the Empire
It's not
Strikes Back.
Michael Jordan, but it's a bad Michael. It's Michael Bay.
Looking for answers starting with Mark Reilly.
Michael Bay.
That's correct.
Michael Bay.
There we
Yeah,
go.
and he's a loony.
Michael Bay will get you anything.
Both competitors on the board here early.
And I am too.
Famous actors,
It might be the last one.
Every answer in this category has an agent. Your question is,
Maybe.
name the 2 lead actors in The Mirror Has 2 Faces.
Yeah.
That's a little early tester.
Well, it's going to test.
Yeah.
Test
Not exactly an Avengers movie we're talking about.
No.
Go to 5, 4, 3, 2.
Sonny and
1.
Cher.
Mr. Sneider.
I don't know if I have it.
He is.
Barbara Streisand and Mel Gibson?
You got 1 out of
It's
2.
gotta be Sonny. Oh,
Gonna
no, said
count
one of them.
Mark Reilly.
Barbara Streisand and Nick Nolte.
Looking for
Man.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges
and
and
Barbara
Bass.
Streisand.
Oh, man.
What
I
was
thought
it?
it was Nick Nolte, too.
Jeff
Babs.
Bridges.
Jeff Bridges.
And
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff
Riley, I
Bridges.
don't
And they
know.
both had
Yeah.
Babs, Ken. Neither one could pull
Yeah.
the male counterpart.
Damn.
All right.
I'd rather seen Sonny and Cher.
Question 3 comes in the category.
I got you, babe. Dun,
Dramas.
dun, dun,
Dramas.
dun, dun.
is the name of Kate Winslet's character in Titanic?
You're each going to have 2 seconds to write down your
Done.
Do you remember when Celine Dion used to pound her chest when she was singing that song at the
Kind of like that.
seminal moment in pop culture history?
5, 4, 3.
No, Rose.
1. Pens down. Mark Reilly, did you have it?
Rose.
Yes, you did. And Jeff Sneider?
I honestly thought Reilly, of all people, was going to pronounce it rosé.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I like wine. I don't
That's
drink that shit.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice to know.
Nice.
Reference to his
Sorry,
Don't
Sam.
drink, folks.
drinking problem.
It's
Okay.
bad for
Liquor
you.
On both the competitors' breath prior to show.
Just drink this.
Your next
It's
question
much
comes
better
from animated
and
movies.
tastes
These
better.
are films that are drawn by hand or on a computer. Your question: which main character from a 1990s Disney animated film repeatedly says the line, "Do you trust me?" over the course of the film? If you got asked that many times, Ken, the answer no.
I think I know, but I don't think it's
No, resounding,
necessary
I do
during
not
the
trust you.
duration of the
5,
film.
4, 3,
Taunting.
2.
Repeat the question.
Oh, we got one JT rule.
We can do that. Which main character from a 1990s Disney animated film repeatedly says the line, "Do you trust me?" over the course of the film?
Riley's pretty confident doing a little shoulder dance.
You know who said, "Do you trust me?" once in a movie?
Do you trust me?
Van Damme's character
Do
in
you
Target.
trust me?
Target,
Do
Chance
you
Food
trust
Bureau.
me?
Go to 5,
Do you trust me?
4, 3.
It's Aladdin.
2, 1. Pens down. Jeff, we're going to you first.
Buzz Lightyear?
That is incorrect. Does Riley have it for the lead?
Yes, I do. Aladdin.
There you go.
Pretty confident there.
Jeff, just give me a call if you want to learn your animated stuff.
All
I can-
right,
I can help you out.
Question 5 comes in the category.
Although
of
Aladdin
fantasy
technically
slash
didn't say it during the
sci-fi.
duration. He only said it like
Sci-fi.
4 times.
In Starship Troopers, what
And they were
slang term do Earth
2 apiece
soldiers
each
use
time.
to refer to alien creatures, the ones they're sent to fight?
What did they call this movie when it came out? They said it was Star Wars with boobs.
Well, that's
Yeah.
nice to know.
You know, apparently they didn't see Jabba the Hutt.
Go to 5,
4,
No comment
3,
and no answer.
1.
That was adorable.
Mark Reilly, what do you got?
Is it bugs?
It
Oh.
is, in fact, Bugs. Snyder, you got it? Stay within 1 point.
Bugs.
You got it.
Bugs.
Both using the B word.
Son of a bitch.
4 to
Sad, we
3.
have a bug.
Still in the favor of Yodi. Your next question in the world of comedies. Do with me, audience. I love these people. Some of you trying too hard, some of you not trying hard enough. We'll
I did it perfectly, though.
Your question in the world of comedies: Queen Latifah and Steve Martin star in what 2003 film?
Yes, I dropped my whiteboard, and I'm going to pick it up after this question is done. Because,
Oh, wait,
what
actual-
nonsense.
And how was it?
Spectacular, and he's a doll.
3, 2. He is a very nice guy. 1. Pens down. We go to Jeff Sneider.
I think this is the title of what I do every time I enter the ring. Bring down the house.
We're not sure about the ring part, but yes, that's correct. Mark Reilly?
Bringing down the house.
Yes, it is.
Interesting.
There we go.
Big Latifah slash
I like those
Martin
glasses.
fan.
I'll be sure to never see that.
7 comes in the category of horror slash
Lovely.
thriller. Horror slash thriller. Which actor plays a veteran detective named Somerset in 7?
Somebody spilled a Heineken
Yeah,
in the studio.
it was probably our interns waiting to pour it down your gullet.
Might have been one of the dogs.
Maybe.
Might have been one of the dogs. 5,
Maybe.
4,
I don't know.
2, 1. Pens down, Mark
Please.
Reilly.
Morgan Freeman.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Jeff Snyder.
Morgan Freeman.
Both of them.
Interesting.
That is correct.
That's correct. No perfect round here, but
I'm like,
this
come
is
on.
gonna be a good one.
You have a
That's
poster
right.
on your wall.
Your last category in round number 1 is a Patreon question.
No, Jeff, it's not me.
From Jake
Yeah,
Hammer.
it's the hammer.
One of the best
Not me,
patrons
Jeff.
of all time,
D-
Jake Hammer.
What about me, Mark?
If you wanna have
You
your
gave me
name
a special
featured in
thank you
future
video.
Movie Trivia Schmoedown, check out our
You
Patreon
really
page,
like
which
me.
here Is right for you. Jake wanted to have this question in the category of crime movies. These are crime movies. A crime occurs. What film does Denzel Washington star as Detective John Hobbs, investigating what appears to be a series of copycat murders after the original killer is put to death? Just reading that makes me want to watch this film.
That's a great question.
Denzel?
Good job.
This
Jake
can't be
Hammer.
that easy.
Jake crushed
Supporter
it.
Jake Hammer. Jake Hammer sounds like he's
5,
solving crimes in
4,
1986.
Then what is JTH?
1. The hammer always
John
gets his
Q?
man pens down. Jeff Sneider.
The answer's fallen.
That's correct, sir.
Does Mark Reilly have it?
No, I don't have it. I have the equalizer.
We are tied up at 6. A late tie. A late tie.
Tied at 6. So Reilly enjoying a slight lead for most of the round. Now it ends up 6-6. A very well played round number 1. Ken, the spotlight's not getting to them. None of this behind-the-scenes drama with Roxy Stryer has seemed to affect either competitor.
No, they're both here to compete. They're both professionals sometimes. And
sometimes. How about all the time?
Even matches. It's what we expected. When I go to the Gold Coast Casino in Las Vegas and put down odds on the Schmoedown, this is one of the tough ones to bet on. It's also illegal to bet on the Schmoedown. So
I get ready to say, I was about to call cops on you.
Gambling addiction and might have gotten the clap in high school. We move on to round number 2. This is the wheel round, the wheel of doom, fate, and
death. Gotta pray to the wheel.
Our wheel, you have opponents and spinner's choice. Then you have 10 movie categories. Once you settle on your category, you're going to hear 4 questions.
Very impressed with both players.
Each question is worth 2 points.
Tied up.
No penalty for missing a question.
I am certainly not tied up with them. I did what I thought I would do. Not good.
Your opponent may answer it for points, but no prizes. If you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1 point. So we find ourselves in a tie between Sneider representing the odd couple and Reilly representing who's the boss. Reilly, you are the favorite in today's match. You're the better ranking as far as singles go. So do you want to spin? Do you want to defer to your opponent?
I'm going to defer.
All right.
Jeff Sneider.
Interesting.
Jeff Sneider, the heart-shaped sunglasses, is going to get up here to spin from the wheel, not the peg.
Yeah.
We should point out
Heart-shaped sunglasses. What are you going, the Care Bear look, Jeff? It's the Care Bear countdown. Dan a wish into the air.
That was...
And great job, Reef Tom.
I think we'll accept that spin. It was an awkward, outside-the-box spin.
I've never seen a spin like
innovative.
That. I don't care to ever see one again.
Clint Eastwood.
Will this make Jeff Sneider? And he's spinning it again.
He's going again. He's walking away.
Spinning it again.
Did not want to touch Eastwood.
Walking away. This will be...
He wouldn't touch him with a... Oh, no.
So now Tom Dagnino, the manager of Reilly, kind of giving Reilly some pointers on maybe which way to go.
Yeah, I mean,
this does put some pressure on Reilly.
There's some tough categories.
Dick Sneider,
but he might have just tipped his own hand by going away from Eastwood. I don't know. Tom's whispering in his ears.
Okay, manager
please.
What's that?
Comic book movies for Mr. Sneider, please.
For Mr. Sneider. Comic book movies. It's going to be his choice.
All right, so comic book movies, maybe a bigger strength for Reilly than for Sneider. But Jeff, you get first crack at these questions. You're first of 4 in this round. What are comic book movies? In Black Panther, what is the name of Wakanda's all-female special forces led by Okoye?
Oh, boy.
Hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. The Dora Milaje.
We can accept that Dora Milaje. Throw an E on the end of that, but good enough. For our purposes, 2 points for Jeff Sneider.
Good pull, Jeff.
Next question. In the world of comic book movies, what is the subtitle of the sequel to Sin City, which was released in 2014?
A Dame to Kill For.
Yes, it was.
2 more points.
2 more points for Sneider. All right, your next question. Penultimate one in this round, Jeff. In X2, X-Men United, what subject does Wolverine tell Bobby Drake's parents he teaches at the Xavier Institute?
What subject do you teach? Art.
We're going to look for an answer in 5.
Multiple choice.
Oh.
Is it A, poetry, B, music, C, gym, or D, art?
Art.
In 5, 4.
Gym.
Oh, no.
For a 1-point steal, Mark Reilly,
Can you
your
repeat it again, please?
Are A, poetry, B, music, C, gym, or D, art?
Art.
Give the man a point.
Jeff probably didn't. It was supposed to be. It was a joke answer. Gym would be the obvious answer, but it was art because it's the joke answer.
Your last question.
Because you know that Marvel movies always gotta go for that gag.
Your opponent's choice. He gave it to you. Here we go. In 1994's The Crow, what United States city is the action set in?
This one seems to be...
Sneider might be vacating the premises.
Away.
Fire it up, Detroit!
It is, in fact, Detroit for 2 points.
Look at that! Look at that!
Not bad.
Sneider ably maneuvering his way around a category that Mark Reilly did not think he was going to be that strong. And Reilly
The only question he didn't know was the one I knew. Well, god dang, we'd be a great team, Jeff.
He's petting that wheel.
That's right, like he would his dog.
Yep. Look at that. Look at that. Round and round she goes.
What's the name of Mark Reilly's dog again? Is it Leia Organa?
It's just, I think it's Leia.
Is Organa the middle name of the dog? Can we confirm the name?
We'll check on that. Okay. We'll get a reporter on that.
Reilly might have.
Oh, you got me kidding me.
Mark Reilly is having spinner's choice. And now it's up to him talking with Tom Dagnito. He didn't need to have a long conversation.
No.
Scores and soundtracks, please.
Scores and soundtracks.
Scores and soundtracks.
Scores and soundtracks.
This has been one of Reilly's strengths for a long time, Ken.
Yep.
Let's see if it'll pay off for him today.
It is what he's known for. 4 questions in the category of scores and soundtracks. First question. In Goodfellas, what song plays during the iconic long tracking shot of Henry and Karen entering the Copacabana?
Need the name of the song.
Multiple choice, please.
A, Rags to Riches. B, Baby I Love You. C, Layla. D, Then He Kissed
Oh, baby, I love you, babe. I don't know. I'll say B.
Answer in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat, please.
In Goodfellas, what song plays during the iconic long tracking shot of Henry and Karen entering the Copacabana?
One usage of the JT rule.
One usage, yes, one apiece.
I need the multiple choice ones repeated.
A, Rags to Riches. B, Baby I Love You. C, Layla. D, Then He Kissed Me.
D.
That is correct for a point.
Kiss me in a way I've never been kissed before. A way I'd like to be kissed forevermore.
Ah,
All right.
you rhymed.
Question 2.
I wonder what
2
that
points.
feels like, Ken.
Who composed the score for the J.J. Abrams directed Super 8?
Michael Giacchino.
That is correct for 2 points. You got it there.
Impressive.
All right. Which actress sings Can't Take My Eyes Off of You to Jesus on a Cross for her pageant talent in the film Drop Dead Gorgeous?
Oh.
Multiple choice.
A,
Please.
Kirsten Dunst. B, Denise Richards. C, Amy Adams. D, Brittany Murphy.
Denise Richards. Although Amy Adams can sing. I saw the Muppets.
Denise Richards.
That's correct.
Oh,
for points.
yay!
Just when we started the countdown, Reilly pulls to within 1 of Sneider's total. So if Reilly gets this last question
Amy Adams has a
round
very
two
underrated
correct,
singing
he will
voice.
have the solo lead over Sneider. If he needs multiple choice to help him, he will be tied with Jeff going into the final round.
Final question. Who composed the score for The Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Ooh.
Five, 4, 3.
Hans Zimmer.
That's correct for 2
Oh.
points.
All right.
Look at that.
Impressive.
Look at that.
Mark Reilly regains the lead going into round 3. Ken, it's so interesting to see. For the bulk of round number 1, Reilly had that 1-point lead, and then Sneider veers right at the end to tie him. Yeah. And now we see ourselves in this very similar situation of having Reilly edging out Sneider, but again, round 3, anything can happen. This is the final round in which we're going to get 3 numbers from each one of our competitors. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. Each number corresponds to a different movie trivia Schmoedown.
You always pick 2. Pick 2 and you win.
Reilly, you're in the lead by 1. Still have 2 JTE rules remaining. What 3 numbers would you like to seal your fate?
12, 9, and 17.
You did not pick 2. You lose.
17.
And Jeff Sneider, what are your 3 lucky numbers today, sir?
What is it, 1 through 20?
It is 1 through 20.
7, 14, 19.
You didn't pick 2 either. Done. Draw. No contest.
Sequential order, Ken. Very impressive maneuver.
All right, this is a nerve-wracking game, giving me the kind of indigestion that caused me to get banned from a gas station deli. So let's dive into this one here.
Thanks, Ken.
Jeff, you are going to be up first answering questions. Your 2-pointer, you selected number 7.
You messed up my hair. That was so bad.
And your 2-pointer is going to come in the category of the 1980s.
Oh.
1980s.
This is not the 70s.
And your question is, in Pretty in Pink, who plays Andy's best friend, Ducky?
Guessing it's not Land Before Time, Ducky.
John Cryer.
He's
Okay.
got the lead.
He already knew it.
13.
I didn't even get a chance to make my land before time joke.
So now can we go
Yeah,
to Mark
gone
Yodi
it.
Riley to regain it?
Mark,
Ruined
you
it,
chose
Jeff.
Number 12 corresponds to the category of Sly and Arnie films. Schwarzenegger and Stallone films. 2-point question. What Stallone film has the tagline, two of LA's top rival cops?
Oh,
don't have to
Tango
work
and
together,
Cash.
even if it kills them.
Tango and Cash.
That is correct for 2 points.
The Oscar-winning Tango and Cash.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
What a great movie. All right, Jeff. Nice little tennis match we have in round 3. Going back to you.
Except
You
they're not doing
selected
the
number 14 for your 3-point question. And that corresponds to, hey, you got another decade. This time it's the 2000s.
in the year 2000.
And your question is, Naomi Watts and Viggo Mortensen star together in which 2007 film about Russian gangsters in London?
What the heck?
Eastern Promises?
Jeff Sneider has a 2-point lead over
Wow.
Yodi Reilly.
Very nice, Jeff.
3 big points there, and now he's forcing the hand of Yodi once again, Ken.
All right, Mark, you chose the number 9, which is the
Number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9. Oh.
The type of films Harloff can only watch now. Here we go. 3-point question. You'll find 25-foot-tall behemoths by the name of Bloodlotter and Flesh Lump Eater in what 2016 film?
The Good Dinosaur? I don't think it's right year though.
4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
You'll find 25-foot-tall behemoths by the name of Bloodlotter and Flesh Lump Eater in what 2016 film?
The BFG.
That's correct for 3 points.
Oh,
All right, 3 points. Wow,
Ken,
wow.
this is the kind of match
That
we
would
had
make sense.
expected, and
Yeah.
now
The
we are at
BFG.
5-point questions. Let's remind everybody watching
The
about
big
the stakes with this
fucking
match.
guy.
It's a stipulation match from the start. If Jeff Sneider is
That's
able
obviously
to
what
overcome
it's
this
referred
1-point
to as.
deficit and emerge with a victory, he and his teammate Mark Andreyko will be able to be managed by Roxy Stryer when their team, the Odd Couple, takes on the Shire Wolves. If Mark Yodi Reilly continues to lead and emerges victorious, Roxy will be banned for that match.
Look at that.
Jeff, you selected number 19.
Number
for your
19?
5-point
Number
question.
19?
And
Not as catchy.
that corresponds up here at the answer desk to the category of sports movies, sports films, athletics. And your question is 5 points and a 4-point advantage. Who plays Nigel Gruff, a drunken, gambling Welsh soccer player turned NFL kicker in 2000's The Replacements?
Good luck, Jeff.
We're going to go to 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Can do that. Who plays Nigel Gruff, a drunken, gambling Welsh soccer player turned NFL kicker in 2000's The Replacements?
Not looking good.
4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
It's your last one. Who plays Nigel Gruff, a drunken, gambling Welsh soccer player turned NFL kicker in 2000's The Replacements?
Jeff is standing.
Opponent's choice and then spinner's choice, huh?
All right, go 5,
Reesafons.
4. That is correct.
That's correct.
What?
Got the name.
Jeff!
Some of the best acting we've seen.
Pulling the old Tennessee Shim Sham. You did the Tennessee Shim Sham this time.
I did not think he was going to pull that rabbit out of the hat, but he did.
You went pure
we are
Three
squarely
Stooges.
on Mark Yodi Reilly. Ken, he's been in this position so many times. You got to get a 5-point answer correct, and you will win the match. Mark Yodi Reilly, you selected number 17 for your 5-point category, and Ken Knapsack's about to tell you what that corresponds to.
That category
1920
is
silent
Tom
films.
Cruise, the films of Thomas Maypother Cruise IV.
Oh.
Here we go.
He's had a pretty good career.
5-point question. Who plays Vincent's girlfriend/manager in 1986, The Color of Money?
Go to 5,
4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Who plays Vincent's girlfriend / manager in 1986, The Color of Money?
I believe that's the last JTE rule for Mark Yodi Reilly, so it all comes down to this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Rebecca De Mornay.
And your winner, the Insider, Jeff Sneider!
Very good match, though. Very competitive.
And Jeff Sneider has upset Mark.
Look at that. They hugged. They shook hands. They're not heels. I said weeks ago that Odd Couple weren't heels. Nobody believed me. They're not heels.
We just witnessed Reilly getting pushed to the brink, couldn't quite come up with the correct answer.
I'll tell you what, that was a great match, but who's the boss is reeling after Chicago. This kind of hurts him a little bit.
Yep.
But like I said up top, Jeff Sneider, I know he's kind of a poster child for controversy sometimes in the Schmoedown. He is a big persona. He is a heel.
No, he's not. I just said he's not.
I'll tell you what, he is a great competitor. Do not ever overlook Jeff Sneider, and I think he showed us today why he is one of the best.
And I can confirm the doggies were getting along famously during the match. Neither one of them, Pete. I cannot say the same for both competitors. Right now, we're going to go to
oh, Mark, that's so
Jeff
wrong.
Sneider and today's loser, Mark Yodi Reilly. Take it away, Jen.
Oh, Reilly.
Oh,
that
no.
hurt me.
No, it didn't hurt anybody.
Stings.
What happened? What's happening, guys, to who's the boss? Like, you guys were so dominant last year. You know, you were so dominant in singles. You were so dominant in singles. And teams, like, what is happening right now?
I'll tell you
Losing.
that was a dominant performance. I missed the 5-pointer, and Sneider did a miraculous pull that I got to give him credit for.
Did you think he had that, honestly,
no, I
or
didn't
did you think
he
he was
had it.
fooling you?
I don't think he had it. I think he used clues. I had to do that with the BFG question, and you use your repeats. He's a stellar player of the game, and he did what he had to do, and he made a great pull. So I'm upset. I needed that 5-pointer to close it out. I thought I had him. But, they're going to give me a question from Color of Money from an actress that just couldn't pull.
I mean, Chicago didn't go your way. I mean, Ben, you got slapped by Roxy. Do you have any comment at all still on that?
Kapowed.
No comment.
Yeah, he's a gentleman. He's going to do that. I'll comment. I wanted to beat him because of her. This was kind of a little bit of a vendetta. And, look, he's a good player. Didn't go my way. I wish it did, partner. But, if you want to be the best in the Schmoedown, you got to learn to lose. You got to learn to take this and get right back up and go out there and do what you do.
We may be down right now, Jen. My guy had a tough beat here today, okay? But he's my brother, and we're coming back. And we are going to have the greatest ascension in the history of the Schmoedown this season. If you want to do that, you got to start from a pretty low place.
Yep.
And we're in a low place right now.
But how do you find that swag? Where do you find that swag?
One word for you. Houston.
Correct. Look, I don't know what is going on, but bad people keep winning. And Snyder's a weasel. And make no mistake about it, he's a very good player, but he's a weasel. And we'll right the ship here. And I think maybe we made a wrong decision, which could have been on my bad, of giving him comic book movies. Maybe we should have given him movie soundtracks. We got to right the ship somehow, and I think Houston is the place we could do that.
Houston will be the place to do that, but guys, chin up. That was a hell of a performance that I did. I'm happy about my performance. Come on. It was damn good. Anybody else would have folded under there. Like I said, Sneider knows how to play the game, and he pulled that 5-pointer, and I didn't pull mine. It's very simple math. Nothing else is going to bring me down. I feel good about that match. I'm going to get right back up. He's going to kick you-knows-who's you-know-what. Lady Gaga in Houston.
There are children watching.
And then we're going to be dominant through the teams again.
They're all watching Detective Pikachu right now.
And I'm going to just dust this off. It's not a big deal. And I'm going for it the next match.
I love that attitude.
Damn. People bring their best against us because they know we're the best. It happens in
like
singles,
me in wrestling trivia.
Teams. You're going to see the greatest ascension in the history of the Schmoedown this year. And it starts in Houston on May 18th.
Damn right.
I agree with that.
Get your tickets and be there if you want to see something special.
things will change. Trust me.
What does
They
that
have
mean?
to.
What does that mean?
You'll see in Houston. It'll change.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right, bye, guys.
Well, hopefully it's
And we're
not the
back with
wrestling
Odd
version of
Couple.
Ascension, because
Jeff Sneider,
that was
I
terrible.
gotta hand it to you. That was a really well-played match, especially considering you spun opponent's choice. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling great. I mean, Reilly, he was great today, but he was great, partially helped by the wheel. Yeah, he got spinner's choice. I got opponent's choice. That's a huge disadvantage for me. The 5-pointer was a huge pull. I lucked out in that he didn't know his. But you know what, Jen?
Let's talk about that 5-pointer for 2 seconds. Can I pause you? Did you actually know that, or did you just pull it out of your you-know-where?
I have a lovely ass, and there's many things in that ass. And yes, I pulled this answer out of it. Thank God Reese Ivans is Welsh, because I knew he was Welsh, and that word was in the clue, and that's the only reason I got it. You got to pick up on these context clues here in the Schmoedown. I think that's my experience.
I gave you a context clue in Chicago.
Definitely
You
needed
missed
those
it.
repeats and that extra time to think of it. But yeah, I did it. I did
Do you think it comes down to you two just knowing how to play this game better than anyone else?
I feel right now that has helped us greatly. Listening and not wasting JT rules on 1-point questions. It's tempting to, but like we saw in Chicago, you lose track of how many there are, and there's so much. You know, the fans talk about, oh, that was an easy question. When you're up here, you got to be focused, and by listening and doing that, and that was strategy. That was great strategy. And dissecting questions, it's smart. And it was a great game for both of them. That Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio question, woo, that was a
tough question.
Deep cut.
But you know what? I had everyone in this room except for you, Andrejko, rooting against me, and it's
I rooted for
winning in
you.
that kind of atmosphere, I think, that gives me that edge heading into the next match. I can't wait for the team titles to be reunited with my belt, because we're going to strip them off the Shire Wolves, that's for sure. And as for Reilly and Bateman, I think I proved these guys, they're relics in the league. They're done. Their time is over. How many times do we got to beat them? Just beat them in Chicago. Just beat them in Burbank.
I feel like an old lady. I feel like an old lady beating her rug on her patio every summer.
Yeah, exactly. They're starting to feel like Roca and Nost from my Patriots days with JTE.
But now you guys do get Roxy back as a result of you winning this match.
Good
I'm excited
reference.
about that.
Good reference,
Well,
Mark.
I think Roxy is a spectacular manager, and of all the active managers right now, I think she's the best. I attribute a lot of our success to her. So.
Jen's a fantastic interviewer. She doesn't let go of this microphone for anything. But Roxy is the best manager in the game. She is vital to our success. I just texted her that we won. She was freaking out. She can't wait to be with us at the team title match.
Like I said to you guys in Chicago, I'm just still not a fan of physical violence on this show. I just feel like there's no culture for it here.
Well, you never heard me endorse it. I mean, that was a culmination of a lot of
that
stuff
was
beside
Jeff.
that.
I didn't say anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I think Roxy probably went overboard, but you know what? From what I've heard, off camera, it sounds like you deserved it. A little bit.
Little bit. Teeny weeny wee.
All right, guys. So the Shire Wolves taking on your old teammates, your old faction.
I've got to say, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a very, very exciting match because they are.
What are you guys doing to prepare for this?
Like they're going, yeah, like they're going to tell
and
you.
Give it away. I mean, Cushing is smart enough to be watching these post-game interviews. I'm going full Belichick here. We're being quiet.
Yeah.
We're not letting anything.
We're on to Cincinnati. We're on to Cincinnati. We're on to Cincinnati.
Well, Ken, that is the Jeff Sneider that we know, and I'm not going to say love.
Had a real good game. Good offense, good defense, good on special team. Yeah, we're on Cincinnati. We're on Cincinnati.
In terms of their team match.
Admit it, Jeff. That's a great Belichick.
Also, he's calling out Sam Levine, the commissioner of the singles league. Jeff is currently ranked number 7. I think he wants to improve his ranking.
Absolutely, and it's so fun in a way to see Andrejko in the Vic. I love Mark, and it's not that I hate Jeff.
It's not that I hate Jeff. You don't like him that much.
He earns a lot of these victories, and they're looking towards Shire Wolves, and then Roxy's going to be at their side. And of course, now we got Houston to worry about.
Houston.
And you can get tickets for that right now at theschmoedownlive.com. We will be in Houston May 18th. I'll be doing stand up May 17th.
Well, at least it's not May 19th. Kane would not approve.
Let's get back to something that I saw that you never want to see a former champion, whether it's individually or on a team, start to break away. And I think that we're going to see a lot more of Yodi, but are we going to see a lot more of who's the boss? Because they're starting to get that look like a Joe crumbled up on the bench when he was playing for the Rams.
Another team breakup.
can tell you that
count on
when you
it.
start to lose, you have to kind of look yourself in the mirror and see what comes next, and that might be what's going on with Who's the Boss. You got Tom as their manager, and Tom sometimes he and I are at odds, but I also know he's a great inspiration when he wants to be. He can rally the troops. They've got to decide if they want to be rallied.
That's right. Well, Roxy Starr will be managing the Odd Couple come Titletown, USA, when the Odd Couple take on the Shire Wolves. And like we just mentioned, you can get tickets for the movie Trivia Schmoedown live in Houston. At
Houston. Just give me another excuse to say that again.
SchmoedownLive.com is the destination to buy your tickets before they sell out. You can get tickets for the upcoming stand-up show I'm doing in Houston May 17th at MarkEllisLive.com. Ken Napsok on
Mark Ellis Live in Houston.
John Rocha shows up. Brett Sheridan rumored to be in the house.
Brett Sheridan, the guy who apparently is the movie Trivia Schmoedown champion in a parallel universe.
Okay. All right. That works.
There we go. The best comedy club name.
There's 14,605 dimensions out there.
Why we love
Yeah, not even that. Not even that's enough.
Barnes & Noble, wherever fine books are sold. If it's not there, just grab them by the collar and demand.
The guy's an author.
Can do, Ken.
To prove it, I am merely Mark Baby Carrots Ellis. Check us out on social media. We will say goodbye to you now at the movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Oh, Rachel.
Hi.
Them beautiful belts.
I'm good. How are you?
Beautiful.
Good. It's been. When was the last time we saw each other? It's been forever since.
Maybe the free for all.
Yeah, you've been up to a lot.
So have you.
Thank you. Yeah, Clark and I watched that Chicago match. You were on fire. Congratulations.
Yes, I look forward to playing you guys. I mean, you and Clark are two of my dearest friends in the league, and you're both great. And especially my relationship with you, I think we're really close. I admire you as a player, but I really want a belt.
I gotta say, Mark, you are the greatest player in the Schmoedown that hasn't won a belt. You are going to win a belt. I can't wait to be there the day that you win a belt. It's not going to be the day that you play us, though. Good luck, seriously. You're one of the best players in the league, but
and no matter what happens, I love you guys. We're family, so yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll see you around. Oh, one other thing. Keep Sneider in check.
Sneider in check. Does she think I'm an actual wizard?
Yes, you are, Mark. Well, thank you, Mark and Rachel and Mark and Ken and Jeff and Mark and God, so many Marks. Good thing Donica wasn't there. God, that'd been Mark overload. And everybody else that was in the video that I forgot to mention. And Tom, Jen, and the table, and Roxy, who was in flashbacks, and let's take these off. So yeah, that was a very good match. The stipulation certainly, I think, added to the drama. Drama was the word I was looking for. Trust me. So Roxy will now be back for that team title match, and now the interesting question is, where does the Odd Couple stack up compared to the other teams that they have played going into this team title match? It's going to be interesting because that Odd Couple moniker, I mean, it's not just, the personalities. It's kind of their categories of strength too. Honestly, and this is just my opinion, I actually think they're actually more well-rounded than Clark and Rachel when it comes to overall spectrum of categories of strength. I think their categories of strength expand much further. Now, granted, I think the categories that Clark and Rachel know, they are much, much better at than the categories that perhaps Jeff and Mark know. That's just my opinion on that. But I'm going to be really curious to see how this match plays out. It's going to... It could happen. If I had to put $5 on it right now, I'd probably say still champs. But there's a good shot that it can happen. That title change could happen. But at the same time, Clark and Rachel, they scored 35 points in their match against Bibbs and Whitney, and still had a 5-pointer to go. They could have potentially scored 40 points in a 5-round match. I mean, that's just ungodly and insane. Completely unheard of. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can come back from a performance like that. Will there be a letdown? Will there be any rust? Obviously, Clark has not played a match since then. She wasn't at free for all. So yeah, really looking forward to that match. So then next time, it's almost becoming the new. I get to talk about who Stacy's partner is. Hector Navarro, Kevin Smets. The match is going to happen this time, even though I said that last week and the week before and probably 100 years ago. I love that intro that I did. Just love that creativity that I came up with there. You know, when you got shim shammed all that time, you got to come up with something to make it worth it. So yeah, so Navarro and Smets, depending on what categories go each other's way, I think I can actually go very evenly matched. Me personally, and I was a little bummed that Hector was not able to take part in the Fatal 5-Way MCU exhibition match, because I think he would have very much rivaled the player that ended up winning that match. I won't spoil who won that match. That will be for you to find out. Become a patron if you want to find out who won that match. But yeah, Hector Navarro is interesting because what he knows very, 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 very well. At the same time, he has not won a match since the Intergeekdom category expansion happened nearly 2 years ago. It's almost unheard of to think of that a former champion has not won an Intergeekdom match in nearly 2 years. However, that's a fact. It is an absolute fact. So I'm going in expecting Smets to win, but not going to shock me at all if Hector pulls out a W there. So we'll find out who wins when that day comes. So that's going to do it for this edition of JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Always watch their content first. It is the right thing to do. Follow me on social media, on Twitter if you so choose, at WWEJTH1. Follow all the official Movie Trivia Schmoedown content, the Facebook page, the Twitter page at the Schmoedown, the Trivia SD official Movie Trivia Schmoedown website, and become a patron if you can. It goes a long way. But until next time, I will see you for Smets versus Navarro. This is JTH. Until then, I bid you adieu.